In the east of the continent, in a powerful display of unity, hundreds of young Kenyans gathered in Nairobi to march, urging the church to denounce the controversial finance bill proposed by President Ruto. After months of voicing their frustration on social media, these young activists took to the streets to protest the punitive tax measures outlined in the bill. They argue that the proposed taxes will exacerbate the financial burdens on young Kenyans who are already grappling with rising living costs and limited access to well-paying jobs. Demonstrators are calling on the church to join their fight against the bill and advocate for a fairer economic future. And to unpack this, I'm joined by Managing Director, Exigent Risk Advisory, Zeklan Galvin. Good evening. Glad to have you join me.
Thank you for the invitation.
Let me start by asking, what do you think of the government of William Ruto? Recall last year, also in July 2023, he introduced housing tax of 1.25% and also increased the VAT on fuel from 8% to 16%, and that saw a wide protest. And now in 2024, we are seeing finance, bill. What do you make of his government? Is it just peculiar to William Ruto, or a case of the government just needs money?
So definitely the Kenyan government needs money. That's clear. It's there, kind of plain as day. There is some relief as of this week. There's been two kind of key developments. The Kenyan government has made payments on its euro bond, and then we also have kind of forex reserves, higher than they've been in the last 2 years. Those are two good indicators. But the tax measures, the aggressive finance bill that is moving its way through the National Assembly, all of this has to do with the government being broke.
Now, what are the potential implications for governance and also public trust if this government disregards the cry of the people being showed by protests?
So I think that even though the government is saying that they're going to negotiate on 1 or 2 terms, the public is overwhelmingly frustrated with the current economic conditions, which is not promoting the job growth that they expected under this administration, not allowing kind of the economic realities to purchase affordable kind of household essentials. These are major issues that are confronting people. And I think as this persists, I think that the public is just going to become more disenchanted with the government if they don't start seeing some economic dividends.
Now, following this protest by people kicking against this finance bill, has there been any address whatsoever from the government? What are they saying?
Yeah, the government is communicating, on its own terms. Again, the State House has said that they will negotiate on a few items, which the public has kind of brought up as frustrating. And today, the Minister of Interior, Kindiki, he outlined the rules and laws associated with public assemblies and protests. And so the government is kind of speaking to that. But to be sure, those who are protesting, the youth more broadly, or, the hustlers who, Ruto galvanized for his election victory a couple of years ago, they don't feel listened to, and they don't feel like they're meaningful participants in Kenya's democracy.
We understand the government also, in a bid to alleviate, the economic hardship there, kind of reduced 16% taxation on bread and also 2.5% annual tax on vehicles. How do you think that is being perceived by people there?
Yeah, so that's for people who are protesting, and we expect tomorrow to be much more significant in terms of protests than what we've seen in the last few days. That's simply not going to be enough. The people are really kind of basically saying reject the bill in its entirety, and are just very concerned about the economic reality and what that looks like moving forward.
Well, we hope things don't further escalate, but thank you so much for your time on the news. Exigent Risk Advisory, Zeklan Galvin, many thanks once again.
Thank you.